we've got a fun segment here. We're going to size up the Norris Trophy race to this point. Harm, last night, Quinn Hughes was phenomenal. I talked about how he's heating up at the right time. Obviously, this matters in the context of the Canucks and the Canucks season, but I also think it matters in the context of there's a lot of voters out there that are going to look at game logs. You know this. There's a lot that are going to look at game logs, say, okay, I don't watch every game Quinn Hughes plays. How did these guys finish their seasons? Did they finish strong or did they just have hot starts to the season, right? Like, are they first half merchants, one might say? I don't think you can say that about Quinn Hughes, especially when he's got 3 goals in his past 2 games.
I don't even think this is a race at this point.
Really?
I think, honestly, any answer other than Quinn Hughes as number 1 for Norris this season is wrong, and it's not close.
Wow. So, okay.
Like, I don't think it's close.
I like that you're saying this, obviously, because I'm a giant homer, but like I think we're going to see a lot of first place votes from our colleagues around the continent talk about Cale Makar. Like, I think we're going to see
they
Cale
will be
Makar.
wrong.
So, okay, I like this. I like this version of Harm. I like this a lot. And as I said earlier, I was doing this, and of course I was going to come in and just talk about how Hughes is deserving of the award, but I was worried you were going to come in and say, well, actually, Cale Makar's done this at a better per 60 rate. But it's not just the analytics that prove my point that are the right ones today. It's all of them.
It's not even just about the analytics. It's like, I can't think of, from an objective perspective, where Makar has been better than Hughes, right?
Really?
Like, Hughes has more points, but the catch is defensively. This is where Hughes is really separated from Makar. I've got it here. So there are 226 NHL defensemen that have played at least 405 and 5 minutes this year. Makar ranks 186th in surrendering 3 goals against per hour. He's getting lit up defensively. And also keep in mind, he's glued to Nathan MacKinnon, who is going to finish top 3 in Hart Trophy voting. And the Avs in Makar's minutes are somehow still only +6 at 5-on-5, where you compare that to Quinn Hughes. His defensive metrics are elite. I just did a story today for The Athletic nationally looking at which defensemen have had the strongest defensive impact, going through a variety of metrics. Like, I ran an initial filter, who averages top 4 minutes, who plays tougher than league average matchups, and then who surrenders goals against at a below league average rate. And then from there, looking at Evolving Hockey's defensive impact relative to, according to, expected goals against. And Hughes, his pure defensive impact, he ranks among the top defensemen this year. So even purely ignoring the offense, ignoring the point production, Hughes defensively has been one of the top blue liners in the NHL this season.
Do you think this is enough to get him out of tier 3B?
I mean, if this isn't enough, and Dom, in all seriousness, has already admitted that he was wrong about that.
Of course, yeah. Where would you actually put Hughes in like a ranking of defense? Obviously, this season he's 1A, but like if Dom's doing his model next year, and his model really likes Quinn Hughes, and I think now he's going to have that agreement from everybody that he talks to that Quinn Hughes is an elite defenseman. Like, do you think Hughes is in that upper echelon now?
Oh yeah,
like he's got to be 1A.
Yeah, it's a big 3 at the top. It's Makar, it's Hughes, and it's Fox. All 3 have won Norris trophies. All 3 are in the same category of young elite defensemen that broke into the league at the same time.
3B is going to haunt Dom for the rest of his life, unfortunately. Like, he has admitted he's wrong, and his model even liked it more than... Anyways, I like Dom. We had him on the show. Good dude. And it was like November we had him, and he was like, okay, I was wrong. Like, he was he wasn't like, let's see how the rest of the season goes. He knew pretty early on that he was incorrect about putting him in tier 3B. But hey, he's going to be a tier 1A. And rightfully so. So this segment was to look at the Norris Trophy race. We ran a graphic there. If you could pull it back up, Aaron. Hughes is just better in basically every category except time on ice per game. And he's only behind by 11 seconds. And that's it. Every other stat, and then points, power play points, excuse me. That's what that is. Power play points as well. Makar has 1 more than Hughes does.
Yeah, it's... Offensively, Hughes has more points. Makar has more goals. You can give him that. He has 3 more than Quinn. But Hughes has been the better play driver. He's been miles better defensively. His all-around impact. Like, put it this way, Makar hasn't even been the best player on his own team.
That's a really good point, and Quinn Hughes has undoubtedly been this team's MVP.
McKinnon has by far been the engine of that Avs team. Hughes is to the Canucks what McKinnon is to the Avs this year.
Yeah. Hart Trophy votes? Like, I think
it'll be tough this year.
It's tough because there's so many good ones. And I'm starting to look at what my ballot might look like. And sometimes I'll put my first place Norris winner as my fifth place Hart. There's so many good options for the Hart. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. We'll have to go through it. Maybe he'll get a fourth or fifth place on my ballot. I don't think Quinn's gonna be top 3 for Hart Trophy though.
JT Miller Selke votes? A little more deserving?
No.
Oh, come on. He's gonna get them. Some Pittsburgh writer or like who anyways, I don't want to call people out, but some random East Coast writers just throw JT Miller a Hart Trophy and Selke he's gotten before.
Yeah.
I think he's got a case for like a 5th place Selke vote this year. Like more than a couple.
Maybe if it was based off the first month of the season.
That's fair.
But since then, I mean, look, he's been fine defensively, but he's not been this defensive juggernaut.
Yeah, he hasn't been a defensive dynamo like a lot of the guys we're going to be voting for.
Yeah, he doesn't even play first unit PK.
Fair enough. We'll still see. He'll get a record Selke votes. I bet you anything that's what we see. He'll get the most Selke votes he's ever gotten in his career this year. And I won't even vote on it because I know we're making a little deal here. I won't put him on mine. I don't think. I haven't done it yet, but we'll see. Anyways, on Hughes, yeah. I just think this is a race that we've been talking about since the start of the season, and it really just feels like, especially with his recent performances, and hey, that goal total's rising, right? Fingers crossed it gets to 20, but it feels like Hughes is just pulled ahead, and it's now Hughes's award. I don't even say Hughes's award to lose because he is like, I don't know what could happen over the final 6 games of the season for Hughes to lose the spot at first for this award.
Yeah, it's not close to me, and I've said this pretty consistently all year. Also, keep in mind that I'm the type of person that at the start of the season I said, and even now you could argue that if you asked NHL GMs which defenseman would you like to start a franchise with, a lot of them are voting Cale Makar, and I wouldn't blame them at all because he's right-handed defenseman. He's won a Conn Smythe. If you look at his track record before the season, Makar's been the better defenseman than Hughes. We're all willing to admit that, but the Norris Trophy is just looking at this year. Mm-hmm. And if you're just looking at this year, Quinn Hughes, his impact has been far superior to Makar's.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I thought this segment would be a little more dicey. Like I thought you'd be fighting me against Hughes, but no, you're fully on board, and I absolutely love it. It's a good segment. I like it.
I kind of killed the segment though, didn't I? I was like,
no, you didn't.
It's like, oh, let's
you provided actual like reasons rather than me being like, yeah, I think he's better. Just like coming in here with my vibes. I thought I was gonna have to fight you, so I had a couple stats ready, but as you saw in those graphics, everything is coming up Hughes, and we'll see how it finishes out. But yeah, I just wanted to get that in there, that I thought the Norris Trophy race really is no longer a race, and that Quinn Hughes is going to run away with this. Canucks Conversation is live Monday through Friday, every weekday at 2 p.m. over on the CanucksArmy YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and interact in the YouTube live chat every day with us, folks.